Psychology of people who can't disconnect from their phones isn't just about screen time, it's about the tiny glowing rectangle that has quietly become your emotional support animal, personal assistant, social lifeline, boredom killer, anxiety generator, and occasional reason you walk into walls. This title is really asking, what is happening inside your brain when separation from your phone feels slightly tragic? Why does silence feel suspicious? Why does your pocket vibrate, even when it absolutely did not? Today, we gently roast the psychology behind that. Number 1. Phantom buzz syndrome. Imagine this: you are sitting calmly doing nothing, absolutely nothing, and suddenly buzz. Your brain snaps to attention, like a meerkat on espresso. You reach for your phone. Nothing. No notification. No message. Just your leg fabric and a deeply offended nervous system. Congratulations, you've met phantom buzz syndrome. Your brain has learned that vibrations equal social validation, danger, news, or at least a meme. So it starts guessing like an over-enthusiastic intern. It would rather be wrong than miss something important. Psychologically, this happens because your sensory system gets rewired. Through repetition, your phone trains your brain the way a casino trains gamblers. Random rewards, unpredictable timing, maximum obsession. Dopamine plays a starring role here. Every notification might be exciting, so your brain stays on high alert, scanning your body for any sensation that could remotely be a buzz, a muscle twitch, a fold in your jeans, obviously a message. Your brain isn't stupid, it's just aggressively hopeful. This is why even silence feels loud. Your mind is constantly checking for connection, afraid of missing out on something that probably doesn't matter, but might. Basically, your nervous system is shadow boxing imaginary notifications, like it's defending a world title. Number 2. Micro boredom panicure. Waiting in line, just standing there. No music, no scrolling, no tiny glowing escape hatch. Suddenly, your brain panics, like it's been abandoned at a gas station. This is micro boredom panic, the fear of having absolutely nothing to stimulate you for more than 12 seconds. Psychologically, your phone has trained your brain to expect constant input. Silence used to be normal. Now, it feels suspicious, like something is about to go wrong. Your brain hates boredom not because boredom is painful, but because boredom removes distraction. And without distraction, your thoughts show up uninvited. Regrets wander in. Awkward memories take a seat. Existential questions start warming up in the hallway. Your phone, meanwhile, offers immediate relief. Infinite content. No self-reflection required. Neuroscience-wise, your brain prefers predictable stimulation to unpredictable thinking. Scrolling is easy. Thinking is heavy. So your mind reaches for the phone, like a flotation device whenever reality slows down. That's why you check it during elevators, commercials, and moments that last approximately half a breath. Ironically, the more you escape boredom, the less tolerance you have for it. Your attention span shrinks, like it's being washed in hot water. Suddenly, waiting 2 minutes feels like a personal attack. Basically, your brain treats boredom like a software bug, and your phone is the emergency patch it refuses to uninstall. Number 3. Social mirror obsession. Imagine walking around all day, carrying a tiny mirror that constantly tells you how interesting, likable, and relevant you are. Sometimes it praises you, sometimes it ignores you completely. Naturally, you check it every 5 minutes, just to make sure you still exist. That mirror is your phone. Psychologically, humans are social creatures, with an ancient fear of being excluded from the group. Thousands of years ago, being ignored meant danger. Today, it means your post got 3 likes, and one of them was your aunt. Your brain doesn't know the difference. It still reacts like survival is on the line. Every notification becomes social feedback. A message says you matter. Silence says, well, your brain fills in the blanks, usually with nonsense. So you keep checking, not because you're curious, but because you're seeking reassurance that you haven't been quietly voted off the island. Social media amplifies this. by turning human interaction into numbers. Views, likes, streaks, replies. Your worth is suddenly measurable, which is horrifying and addictive at the same time. Your brain treats these metrics like emotional stock prices, refreshing constantly to see if you're up or emotionally bankrupt. The phone becomes a portable judge, audience, and therapist all in one. You're not scrolling for fun. You're checking your reflection in the social mirror to make sure you're still visible. Basically, your self-esteem is doing push-ups in the comments section and waiting for applause. Number 4. Infinite choice paralysis. You unlock your phone to check one thing, one harmless, responsible. 5 minutes later, you're watching a video of someone power washing a driveway in another country, emotionally invested in the dirt. This is infinite choice paralysis. Your brain drowning in options and loving every second of it. Psychologically, the human brain was not designed to handle endless possibilities. We evolved choosing between berries or death, not between 14 apps, 6 group chats, and an algorithm that knows you better than your childhood friends. Every swipe offers novelty, and novelty is catnip for the brain. New equals potentially important, potentially rewarding, potentially life-changing. Probably not, but maybe. Your phone removes natural stopping points. There's no end, no credits, no closing time, just more. Your brain keeps saying one more, because there's no signal telling it to stop. This is the same reason casinos don't have clocks. Except now, the casino lives in your pocket and politely vibrates. Decision fatigue kicks in. But instead of resting, your brain chooses the easiest option. Keep scrolling. Choosing nothing feels harder than choosing everything. So you stay trapped in an endless buffet of content, sampling everything, digesting nothing. Eventually, you're exhausted but oddly unsatisfied, like eating an entire bag of chips and still feeling hungry. Basically, your brain walked into an all-you-can-eat buffet of stimulation and forgot how to leave the building. Number 5. Emotional support rectangle. You don't just use your phone, you carry it. You sleep next to it. You check on it more often than some relatives. If it goes missing, your heart rate spikes, like you've lost a child named Wi-Fi. This is because your phone has quietly become an emotional regulation device. Feeling anxious, scroll. Feeling lonely, messages. Feeling overwhelmed, videos of strangers explaining life in 30 seconds. Your brain starts associating the phone with comfort, relief, and safety. Over time, it stops being a tool and becomes a coping mechanism. With a glass screen, psychologically, this works because distraction reduces emotional intensity. Temporarily, your phone interrupts uncomfortable feelings before they fully form. Instead of processing boredom, sadness, or stress, you outsource those emotions to content. The problem is your brain never learns how to handle discomfort on its own. It just learns where the escape hatch is. This is why reaching for your phone feels automatic, not intentional. Reflexive, like scratching an itch before realizing you're itchy. The rectangle doesn't fix the emotion, it just pauses it, and when the pause ends, the feeling comes back slightly louder, slightly more annoyed. Eventually, being without your phone feels emotionally unsafe, even if nothing bad is happening. Basically, your phone is a digital pacifier, and your nervous system demands it with surprising authority. Number 6. Fear of missing nothing. But what if you're not actually afraid of missing something important? You're afraid of missing anything at all. A joke, a message, a trend, a moment where everyone else knows something you don't. This is the modern version of FOMO, except it's quieter and more exhausting. Psychologically, your brain treats uncertainty like a threat. Not knowing what's happening feels worse than knowing something boring is happening. So you check and check again, not because you expect excitement, but because your brain wants to close the open mental tab labeled "What if?" Your phone feeds this fear beautifully. Stories expire, messages get deleted, trends rise and fall overnight. Everything feels urgent even when it's meaningless. your brain starts to believe that absence equals loss, and loss equals danger. So staying connected feels like staying safe. Ironically, most of what you're afraid of missing wouldn't matter if you missed it, but your brain doesn't evaluate importance. It reacts to possibility, and possibility is endless. So you refresh feeds, like a night watchman guarding a city that never sleeps, afraid that if you look away, something will happen without you. Spoiler: it probably will, and it probably won't matter. Basically, your brain is on duty 24/7, protecting you from events you'll forget by tomorrow. Number 7. Identity on demand. You're not just checking your phone for information, you're checking it to remember who you are. Sounds dramatic, but psychologically, it's true. Your phone holds your photos, your messages, your opinions, your playlists, your search history, your digital personality. When you open it, you're not just consuming content, you're reconnecting with a version of yourself that's been carefully archived. Without it, things feel oddly vague, like your identity buffer hasn't loaded yet. The brain loves consistency. It wants a stable sense of self. Social platforms provide that by constantly reflecting you back at yourself. What you liked, what you shared, what you reacted to. Over time, your sense of identity gets partially outsourced. You don't just have interests, you scroll to rediscover them. This is why downtime feels unsettling. Without the phone, there's no quick confirmation of who you are today. Are you productive, funny, informed, interesting? The phone answers those questions instantly, while real life takes patience and effort. So you reach for it not out of curiosity, but out of self-orientation, like checking a map to confirm where you are, even though you haven't moved. When the phone is gone, your brain feels temporarily unbranded, slightly undefined, and mildly annoyed about it. Basically, your phone has become a pocket-sized identity mirror, and your brain keeps peeking, just to make sure it's still you. Number 8. The illusion of control. You swipe, you tap, you refresh. Everything responds instantly. Unlike real life, your phone listens. Psychologically, this gives you a powerful illusion of control. On your phone, you can curate reality, mute people, block opinions, skip discomfort, fast forward boredom. Real life, meanwhile, refuses to cooperate and keeps doing things, like existing and being unpredictable. Your brain loves environments where actions have immediate results. Press button, get reward. Refresh feed, get novelty. This is deeply satisfying to the nervous system, especially in a world where most problems take time, effort, and patience to resolve. The phone becomes a miniature universe where you are God, editor, and main character. So when life feels messy, confusing, or slow, you retreat to the one place where things behave. You're not addicted to the phone. You're addicted to the feeling of agency, the sense that something, somewhere is under your control. The problem is that this control is cosmetic. It soothes your brain without actually improving your situation. You feel busy, active, involved while standing perfectly still. Eventually, real life starts feeling harder by comparison because it doesn't respond to taps and swipes. It demands commitment, uncertainty, and patience, 3 things your phone never asks for. Basically, your brain prefers the illusion of control over the discomfort of reality, and your phone is more than happy to provide the magic trick. Number 9. Silence feels like loss. You put your phone down, the room is quiet, no buzzing, no updates, no tiny digital heartbeat, reminding you that the world is happening, and somehow that quiet feels wrong psychologically. Silence used to be neutral. Now, it feels like deprivation. Your brain has been conditioned to expect a constant stream of input, so when it stops, something feels missing, even if nothing is. This is withdrawal, but the socially acceptable kind, where everyone pretends it's just checking one thing. Your nervous system interprets the absence of stimulation as a problem to be solved, so your thoughts get louder. Time slows down. You become painfully aware of yourself existing. The phone would fix this instantly, which is why your hand drifts toward it, like a Ouija planchette. What's fascinating is that silence isn't actually uncomfortable. It's unfamiliar. Your brain mistakes unfamiliar for unsafe. Instead of resting, it scans for something to fill the space. Anything. News, messages, videos. Weather updates you didn't need. This is why disconnecting feels harder than staying overwhelmed. Noise has become your baseline. Quiet feels like falling behind, even when nothing is happening. Basically, your brain has confused peace with absence, and it's deeply suspicious of both. Number 10. The loop you didn't notice. At some point, the phone stops being something you use and becomes something you orbit. Not intentionally, not dramatically, just gradually, like gravity, increasing one notification at a time. Psychologically, this is habit. Loops stacking on top of each other. Cue, action, reward. Bored. Scroll. Anxious. Check. Unsure. Refresh. Each loop reinforces the next, until your brain starts skipping the cue entirely. You don't decide to grab your phone. You notice it's already in your hand. What makes this loop powerful isn't pleasure, but predictability. Your brain knows exactly what to expect. Even disappointment is familiar, and familiarity feels safe. So you keep returning, not because it's good, but because it's known. Breaking the loop feels uncomfortable, because it interrupts automatic behavior. Suddenly, you have to choose, and choice requires effort. So the loop continues quietly, efficiently, endlessly. The strangest part, most people don't realize they're stuck until they try to stop. That's when the urge shows up, loud and offended, demanding attention like it's been personally insulted. Basically, your brain didn't fall in love with your phone. It just got used to it, and now it doesn't know what to do with its hands. That's all for today. I will be making similar videos in the future. Please subscribe to see them.